Hi guys, I'm Sanchi. Welcome back. So after a short 1 week break, Formula 1 was back in Japan and again a lot happened and we need to talk about a lot again. I hope this video doesn't get very long. I'll try to keep it very short so you all don't get bored because nowadays the YouTube videos are basically a test of your attention span. So the race began and Kimi was on the pole position. And do you know who took the lead? Oscar Piastri. So yes guys, our favorite pastry finally got to start the race. He finally made it guys. He started the race and immediately took the lead. While Kimi Antonelli, who started from the pole, lost positions and he was P6. Oscar Piastri was leading the race, followed by Charles Leclerc and the world champion Lando Norris. And I was like, Oscar, you better don't mess up. Because I was all in and I wanted to see Oscar ending up on the podium, and that happened. Oscar did end up on the podium, but let's talk about what happened in the between. Hamilton was P4 and immediately on lap 2, Kimi Antonelli overtook him. And suddenly on lap 8, the rocket ship of Mercedes, driven by George Russell, overtook Oscar Piastri. So again, I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. So George Russell was leading the race. He was looking very strong and I was like, oh my god, I think it's gonna happen because Mercedes is strong and George is giving it all. So I was like, he's gonna be the winner of Japanese Grand Prix. That was my prediction, but Formula 1 had some different plans. Because immediately on lap 9, Oscar Piastri overtook George Russell for P1. God, Oscar was on fire. I mean, I really like how calm and quiet Oscar is all the time. Even when he's leading or he's not, he's just calm and very consistent with whatever he's doing. I'll say last year he kind of messed up because at one point he was genuinely leading the championship. He was all into it, unless Lando Norris and Max Verstappen were on fire. But I have to say this, that Oscar Piastri is very impressive considering his experience in Formula 1. And many people and me, we believe that Oscar Piastri can be world champion one day. And I don't know if 2026 has different plans or it's gonna happen, because the Mercedes looks absolutely strong. The Ferraris are strong. Don't underestimate them, man. They are so good. McLaren are catching up. Red Bull, let's talk about them later because that's a whole different story. And at the same time, Kimi Antonelli overtook Charles Leclerc and Lando Norris and he was P3. So it was P1 Oscar, P2 George and P3 Kimi Antonelli. So from my observation, I just felt that George Russell was very anxious during the whole race. So basically we could see that George was very desperate for this win. I mean, I totally understand his point of view because he have a very good car and he is a good driver. I will always say this, that George Russell is a very good driver. He's very consistent. But what I saw was, something that George is not. I could see a lot of desperation from George's side, which is not really nice. When Max and Hamilton were dominating, they used to drive fearlessly. They used to drive the car to the best. They were not anxious, they were not desperate, they were just enjoying the driving. And they were literally counting every single moment to make it worth it, But I couldn't see that in that race from George, and which didn't look nice, So I feel like George should enjoy the racing more than thinking about winning. I mean, everybody thinks about winning, everybody wants to win, everyone has a goal, but desperation, I don't think desperation gets you anywhere. So on lap 19, McLaren decides to pit Oscar Piastri. I think fair decision. But on lap 22, George Russell is like he also wants to pit, but there was a whole bad luck involved there. The moment he decided to pit, Ollie Bearman crashed and there was a safety car out. George was not even out of the pits and the safety car was already out, so it was whole bad luck for him, because if he even waited for one more lap, he would have pitted under the safety car. Ollie Bearman's crash was definitely very brutal, guys. Oh my god, the moment I watched it, I was very concerned and I felt really sad for Ollie, because after the crash, we saw Ollie couldn't walk and that was really concerning. Some people even said that this crash was 100% due to the 2026 regulation, and I don't know, I personally am not happy with the regulations because all of the drama that's going on. This crash is something that made me really worry, because Guys, it wasn't some normal crash. The amount of safety that's in Formula 1, we never see this kind of crashes in Formula 1, guys. Like, it was a 5G crash. Really want FIA to look into this. I really want FIA to fix this, and they have the next whole 1 month to do this. What happened in the crash was Ollie was trying to overtake Franco Colapinto, and Ollie had all the power available in his car, so he was like 300 km per hour, and Franco Colapinto, who was harvesting his energy, he was 40 to 50 kilometers slower, and that's a massive speed difference in a sport like Formula 1. So it was nobody's fault, that was just very sudden for Ollie. It was horrible for Ollie, he couldn't walk, but afterwards to social media he informed us that he's all okay, and which is a good news. But FI, you need to take some actions. After the race, Carlos Sainz, who is the director of GPDA Drivers Association, he said that we all drivers tried to raise this concern many times. FI even released an official statement in which they said that they will take care, or they will try to look into this matter. Afterwards, they even informed that with drivers and teams, they're discussing and trying to improve this new regulations. Because of the war, the Grand Prix have been cancelled, so they have a pretty good time to look into this matter. And I think FI, please change these regulations, because I really don't want anything bad to happen to anybody. And plus, because of these regulations, we are seeing that Max Verstappen might retire. I mean, he officially said that he wants to be at home, enjoy with his family, spend some good quality time, rather than, racing somewhere where he's just not enjoying. And he's just saying that these regulations are not really his thing, and he just wants pure racing. So let's see what happens. I really hope the best. I really hope everything happens good for everyone. So another incident we saw with Max Verstappen this weekend, when he was in the Japan media day, he actually told one reporter to just get out of the room. So this reporter or journalist is from The Guardian, and last year in Abu Dhabi, he was just questioning and annoying Max a lot, because Max lost the championship by 2 points, and he was just being cheeky and asking Max if he regrets the crash with George, because of course we all know if that crash wouldn't happen, I don't think Max would have even lost the championship or whatever. It was his destiny, man. Let's not be cheeky and let's not be bad to someone who is already going through the pressure of this championship and everything. So I don't think that behavior is right. I don't even support what Max did in the media room, but I understand whole freedom of speech point of view of a journalist. I understand everything, but being biased and annoying is whole different thing. So I don't support either of the behavior, but that's what happened. Now coming back to the race, by lap 37, George Russell lost positions, so it was just unlucky for him. The safety car, the crash, everything didn't go in his direction. But something that I want to talk about Ferrari is that they were again fighting. It was again Lewis Hamilton versus Charles Leclerc, and we could always see that these two are enjoying this battles. So again for P3, it was Lewis versus Charles Leclerc. And while all of this was going on, Kimi Antonelli extended the gap to 14 seconds. Kimi Antonelli became the winner of the Japanese Grand Prix, followed by our very favorite Oscar Piastri and then Charles Leclerc. So 3 of my favorite boys were on the podium, and yeah, that was very lucky for Kimi. I mean, after that mistake on the lap 1, this was really lucky for him. And something I would like to talk about is the Formula 1's broadcast team. Guys, what are you doing? Because they only showed us 6 cars. They didn't even show the battle between Max Verstappen and Pierre Gasly. It was so impressive. Pierre Gasly held Max Verstappen for 30 laps, and yeah, so Pierre Gasly finished ahead of Max Verstappen. What is going on? I am shook, guys. So we have to finally accept that Alpine is doing a lot better than Red Bull. But overall, the race was very good. Congratulations to Kimi Antonelli once again. You are the youngest championship leader and whatnot, man. What should I talk about you? You're amazing. It is impressive every time. Even if it was luck, it is still impressive for me. Now it's time for the green flags and red flags of Japanese Grand Prix. Starting with the positives, Kimi Antonelli deserves it. Oscar Piastri deserves it. Kimi Antonelli, I don't have to say much. This is going good for you. Please be consistent, don't make mistakes, and please go on, man. I'm here to support you. So the red flag of the weekend has to be Aston Martin, man, cause what are you guys doing? Adrian Newey is no longer the team principal of Aston Martin, and Jonathan Wheatley might come up, but I don't see anything. I don't feel anything, man. What is going on? There are no improvements. It's 3 races in and we couldn't say anything from Aston Martin, so I can't say much, man. This is just disappointing. Next one has to be Red Bull. You guys are another disappointment. P8 for Max Verstappen and P12 for Isaac Hadjar.
Sorry, sir. ये क्या है? क्या?
So now let's look at the team standings after 3 races in. Mercedes is leading with 135 points. They are very strong, guys. They are looking so strong. Then we have Ferrari with 90 points, McLaren with 46 points, and then we have Haas F1 team with 18 points. What is going on? I mean, Red Bull is at just 16 points, guys. Haas and Alpine are ahead of Red Bull. So Mercedes and Ferrari, you guys are looking very strong. Keep it up, guys. All the very best for the next Grand Prix, which will happen after 1 month of break. I mean, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the next 1 month. I surely have some content planned so I can come back to you guys and yap about Formula 1 to you. So I have some videos planned, so stay tuned. So if you enjoyed this video, then press the like button. Comment down below what you think about the 2026 regulations, what can be improved, and subscribe. See you in the next video. I love you so much.